Hi, this is Coach Colette, host of the Start Within podcast, and welcome to this week's episode of Financial Fridays. Did you know that Black women are 3 to 4 times more likely to experience a pregnancy-related death than white women? Or that Black women who have contracted COVID-19 have a higher risk of complications and mortality? Why am I talking about this? Well, this week is Black Maternal Health Week. This focus was established in 2018 by the Black Mamas Matter Alliance, and their goal is to promote education and advocacy around the experiences of Black mamas. Now, if you are a longtime listener of this podcast, you may recall that back in March of 2020, we aired the Let's Talk Live segment that was focused on Black motherhood. My guests were Nana Isanakiwowo from African Health Now and Antonia Akintunde of Matter Maya. And we talked all about the challenges facing Black women at the intersection of maternity, motherhood, and career. Now, often, the conversation around maternal morbidity and mortality focuses on the medical causes of the death, be it cardiovascular conditions, hypertension, or even hemorrhages. But it doesn't always focus on the larger environmental context. That means that we're not focusing on the root causes of the racial disparities in maternal health in the U.S. Last March, in the episode, you'll hear that we talked all about the societal and systemic racism that can include the dismissal by doctors of a Black woman's legitimate concerns and symptoms, or the preconceived notions that Black women are more likely to be single mothers, or the false belief that we are somehow better at dealing with pain. And all of these issues are very important because it points to the different experiences that Black women face when they are becoming pregnant, going through their pregnancy, and giving birth. So the Black Mamas Matter theme for 2021 is claiming our power, resilience, and liberation. And so it's important that we have this conversation. And the Black Mamas Matter Alliance is intended to center the voice of Black mamas, those who help Black women to give birth, their families, and the Black community. So I'm excited to share this information with you. We'll be sure to post the link to Black Mamas Matter Alliance in the show notes. And let's continue to deepen this conversation about Black maternal health. It's not just about famous Black women who have had this issue, like Serena Williams. Many hundreds of Black women have also had these experiences. That's all from me for now. Get ready and listen up to today's tip from Suki Singh.
Hello everyone, this is Suki Singh, aka Investing, of the Investing Podcast with your weekly Financial Friday tip. It's April and spring is here. Now is the time to do some spring cleaning and take out some of those items in your life that are unnecessary. And you can either sell them through a garage sale, or you can go online on Craigslist or eBay and try to sell your items to make some extra cash. With that said, that is your weekly Financial Friday tip, and I'll speak to you soon. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Hey, it's Coach Colette. What do you think of the episode so far? What are your main takeaways? Before we jump back into the content, I want to let you know that I know that racial battle fatigue is real. Black Indigenous, Latinx, and other women of color, we are suffering disproportionately from both the racial issues and the sexist issues that are happening at this time. But did you know that joy is a form of resistance? And joy is possible when you find ways to overcome stress, anxiety, and trauma. And it's possible when you start within, and I would love to help you do it. You can visit my website, startwithincoaching.com, and at the top, click Start Here to schedule your complimentary discovery call. We can talk about what's going on in your world, how you are dealing, how you are coping, and how we can help you to take more actions to reclaim your joy. So go to startwithincoaching.com, click Start Here to start your journey within. Hey, I'm back with this week's Unplugged segment. Ironically, this month of April marks 1 year of this Unplugged segment. I created this segment to allow myself space to reflect upon what had been happening in the world and in our nation. And I feel like that I am in a Groundhog Day moment when I look back on and reflect on this past week. In addition to having the trial continuing of Derek Chauvin, the police officer who kneeled on George Floyd's neck in Minnesota, this week also marked the killing of yet another unarmed Black man, 20-year-old Daunte Wright, also in Minnesota, in Brooklyn Center. And I don't know, maybe being a resident of Brooklyn, this resonates even deeper in a strange way. And then hearing that the police officer in Kenosha, Wisconsin, who shot Jacob Blake, will now be returning to the force. So it's just compounding of tragedy and injustice and loss. And I don't know which news outlet it was that I was watching when I saw the picture that they used for the police officer who shot Jacob Blake. And all you could see was this ear-to-ear grin. I'm presuming it's his headshot, but still, seeing that picture just seemed to twist the knife a little bit deeper into my pain and my rage and my anger. I was looking through my Instagram feed, and one of my friends posted a picture of a tweet from Cy Smith. And I think that this tweet really gets to the heart of the issue and the problem that we are dealing with when it comes to Black lives and police brutality. And the tweet refers to the reasons, if you will, in quotes, that have been given for so many of these shootings. And I'll start it off by reading the tweet. I thought it was my taser. I thought it was my apartment. I thought I saw him or her with a gun. I thought he was selling Lucy's. I thought she was there alone. I thought she was getting smart with me. And then the tweet ends with, their thinking equals terrorism for us, and I'm tired. And Cy, I am with you. And that last one, I thought she was getting smart with me. That really resonates with me because I feel like in many situations, particularly being someone who used to study constitutional law and criminal law, even though I'm not a lawyer, when I was in high school, I was on the law team. I was always someone who was pretty familiar with rights, and also as someone who has worked within the DA's office a number of years ago. I feel like I would be that person that would be speaking about what's not right or you can't do this, and realizing that just those comments could get me shot. So I think it's really important that we continue to nourish ourselves during this time. I guess, accidentally ended up seeing the footage of Dante Wright being shot because they aired it during that press conference this week. And I did close my eyes for parts of it. It wasn't graphic in the sense of blood or gore, but it's still graphic when you think of watching someone's life being taken. So I encourage you to take care of yourself, know when you need to step away from the media, know when you need to step off of social media, and really dive deep into your self-care practices, because we do need time to rejuvenate, we do need time to regroup. That does not mean, though, denying your feelings. And when I hear the talk about why are people upset and why are protests turning into confrontations, it's like, why should we accept what's happening to our community, to our brothers, to our sisters in silence, in peace all of the time? So know when you need to recharge, know when you need to regroup. When feelings of grief, anger, frustration, confusion, doubt come through you, allow them to come through, allow them to pass. This is a great time to double down on meditation, on yoga if you practice it, on breath work, on EFT tapping, pulling out all of the tools in your toolbox to take care of yourself. That's what I'm aiming to do. And although ironically, this weekend I also am scheduled to get my COVID-19 shot. So I will definitely be taking care of myself as well. That's all for me, and we'll be speaking again soon. Start within to finish strong. Be well. So what is your takeaway from this week's Financial Fridays segment? What might you do differently around your money and your mindset? For more financial advice, you can check out Suki's podcast, Invest Sing, where I also share tips on his Wellness Wednesdays segment. If you enjoyed this episode and haven't already subscribed, you can do so on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you like to listen. You can also connect with me on Instagram at Coach_Colette for more inspiration on personal growth and wellness. Tune in next Friday for another episode and get ready to start within to finish strong.